Hello, welcome, good morning to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Yes, baby, it is your consistent update here on YouTube, on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Constantly, they be getting updates on air, bro. And this morning, there is a lot more to talk about, a lot of the conversation, and a PP baby will come, of course. So you're new to the channel, I thank you very much. So I join you on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. How do you? It is your best in terms of football, tactical, pre-match, post-match, on the field, off the field analysis. No, Nina, happy and a winning free or Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. In someone subscribe to the channel now, Michelle. Go back in there and subscribe to the channel. Or subscribe we are Michelle. Turn on notification. So anytime we are content ever drop you have and we are first to have it. Our on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Michelle, do not go nowhere. Make sure to be able come over, subscribe to the channel and enjoy analysis now as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, so we are Panther, so we are putting Friday odds and they want to add to the description of the video below. So call no call Nakucha just for Friday, just for today. Okay, make sure saying it's going to be a very, very good one in there. When you go in there and you go and stick in terms of matches and because all across Europe, there's the Spanish La Liga, there's the Italian Serie A, there's the French League, matches 5 or so, and you can boom. Of course, games also in the English Championship, you can boom. The code, a Betway code in the description of the video. Just pick it up and then go in there, go and stick, and then win some good cash for yourself. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It was back to back over the weekend in the phase of the Champions League. And now didn't go too well in the Europa League, but we are set and saying it's going to go well. Into go in there and pick it up. Now enjoy some goodies. Transfer conversation as about big conversation across the world of Europe and the things that are happening. And now it was a here we go for Chelsea new Wonderkid. There's a new Wonderkid that almost say yes, Palmer actually goals and goal contributions to say Hazard. But really, it's actually Chris and low center of gravity, ball carrying. Sane close to Lionel Messi and those guys that influence the game stylistically now. Chelsea having particularly hard since the time of Eden Hazard. It looks as if Chelsea have gotten that kind of player as it stands now. And we'll do the analysis of the young boy at Chelsea in Eastern Europe, as the new stylistic Eden Hazard, our Chelsea team, a very, very important player. If you remember also, there is a big game that Chelsea is going to play this weekend because in the English Premier League, you better and of course other matches because leagues there or Europe. But see, people have not asking me questions. Say, I didn't think I mean Alejandro Garnacho wants him. Why have I not put out my real thought of Alejandro Garnacho? Yesterday, people said I was just reporting, but what is my thought about Alejandro Garnacho? So this is my thought. Garnacho is a bad player. He's not a bad player. Like I said yesterday, the talent of Alejandro Garnacho is there. Talent is over. And you see, the transfer market is very funny. I brought Chelsea got a certain Palmer for 40 million that time now. People said Chelsea are too scared, but City rejects that Chelsea got on 40 million. And it is tough for you to do any form of analysis with the price tag of a player or the reported price tag of a player. Now, why do I say this? I agree that Garnacho in your finished article. I agree that Garnacho and your player top. In those days, 60 million, 55 million, 70 million is the money that you pay for top level wingers. Even like Obisa Vicha Korescalia, you pay 60 million, 75 million for Vicha Korescalia. What's your correct money for him? But Alejandro Garnacho is not that kind of winger. Yes, whilst he's a good player, whilst he's not a bad player, and all of those things now, he is not the player that you pay 50, 60 million for. Understand? Insanely or a direct, and that's what Chelsea needs. Somebody that is direct, that wants to go towards the goal, that wants to strike at goal, that wants to get a goal or something. That's exactly what the club needs in terms of winger, especially in the absence of Mihailo Mudryk, that nobody seems to know time of everything ball. So like that's something that you need. But really, when you look at the grand scheme of things in terms of okay, the shots in the company, so what should be blue direct? So how many of those shots has he played? It's an erratic shot taking. Or so it is usually very erratic. And nothing so compare the goals he scores to the shots he takes. Yes, he takes high volume shots, but because any high quality, not any measured Not any shots and the right places in Tino. Now he doesn't score more goals compared to if you're just opposing it to the number of shots that he takes. That's what people are saying there. Alejandro Garnacho is not a 60 million player because I mean, yes, he's direct, but then has he scored as much? Does he play high quality shots as much? Is he the one that turns things around? So that's where the problem is. Ideally, he can have 60 million there. He can play established player who himself, and that's why the goals will come. You don't pay 60 million for Alejandro Garnacho. It is very clear for Manchester United. They need their Mason Mount money. Scanner Chelsea G-Flow more for Mason Mount. They want it. But Mason Mount from Chelsea to Manchester United is different from Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United to Chelsea. At the time that Mason Mount was Chelsea, he had won the Champions League. He was very instrumental in almost every of the teams that Chelsea had played in, from Thomas Tuchel to whoever. Very, very important player for Chelsea Football Club. But again, you look at it in the context of, okay, who determines the price tag in the current window? It's the selling club. And you know the buying club, no? It's the selling club who determine the price tag. So Manchester United obviously want to make that money out of it. Can Chelsea beat down the price? I think they should. I really think Garnacho no pay there. Then they're 25 to 30 million. How much did Chelsea even buy Jadon Sancho? So you cannot pay 55 million to 60 million to Alejandro Garnacho. I think for me that's a little bit of an overprice. Ultimately, enter Alejandro Garnacho, sir. It's a little too much. You can pay 20-25 million over there for Brentford and Alejandro Garnacho, and then definitely I think he will come in and probably he will come and do enough for them. But as it stands now, paying that amount of money, it's a little bit too much. And a lot of the people have been talking about it. When you look at him, you can like what you see, or but the non-penalty goals, the volume of shots now, but it doesn't match the number of goals that he's supposed to have over there. I think that Osho would say Alejandro Garnacho is just like Nicolas Jackson over there. At least Nicolas Jackson they cost say 30, 60 million, 30 and 40 million. Honestly, I don't mind getting Alejandro Garnacho for 30 million, 25 million. At least we know he has those who can develop with 60 million. Should be aiming a little bit too high for that amount of money over there for Alejandro Garnacho over there. I'm an important player, and if you look at him, a player that is good but really doesn't really fit that conversation of that amount of money that Chelsea would want to buy a player of the quality of Alejandro Garnacho for. And after the game at Manchester United, any team your friend Rangers, a boy, you know, I did watch that game, and really purposely it was for front row Alejandro Garnacho, just to go and watch Garnacho and then do a proper analysis on him. The ball reception on the half 10 is also very good, especially from outside. Watch Garnacho, on your ball now, he doesn't go to the wide area again. He's cutting in to come direct towards goal. And that's exactly the kind of player that he is in that regard. He wants to cut in and come towards goal. He wants to come in there and then hit somebody, make something happen, turn something over. It's very, very important for him as a player, and that's what he wants to do. Ruben Amorim, on if Garnacho has played the last game, or say I'm focused on the games. He was important for us today. Let's see in the next few days over there on Alejandro Garnacho. I mean, Manchester United for they are waiting. On the price tag now to 55 million, 60 million. If you say you want Alejandro Garnacho, come in and get a job done. And now Fabrizio Romano reported said Chelsea are preparing their bid for Brentford and Alejandro Garnacho over there after initial approach was enrolled yesterday. Omni team up the friend Garnacho Edin Como to try and see if they can get in on him and then bring a Brentford and Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea. It's something that can go on, it can happen. I think that if Chelsea really should get Garnacho, they should try and beat the price down and say somewhere 30-35 million, because yes, Garnacho there's talent in there, there's a good player in there, but not really the player that raises the ceiling at Chelsea. Not really the player as a player, and that's something that Chelsea need to check on. And then Fabrizio Romano was reporting on the deal of Cesar Casadei to Lazio. So Lazio remained confident to get Chelsea midfielder Cesar Casadei done deal for 10.1 million plus 20% sell on clause. Negotiations are at final stages with Chelsea. Chelsea are looking to do the deal to let Cesar Casadei go, and that's why Chelsea are also looking for some level of midfielders and opportunities in the markets to come in and then get a job done for themselves. At the beginning of the show, I told you about Chelsea, new boy for Chelsea over there. Of course, everything about new Wonderkid, your friend Dustin Statpive. Dastan Statpaev, very, very good player of Kazakhstan. So he's a Kazakh footballer of Kazakhstan. Of course, in that part of Europe, usually it's not a place where we have some of the best players free, but then sometimes there are gems that come out from there. 16 years of age, Kazakhstan capital of Almaty and all free. And so me catch you say under Todboli Baghdad belly. One of the things that they want to do is cast their nets wide in terms of scouting. So all across the world, in Eastern Europe, even in places where usually people don't do scouting like Eastern Europe, of course certain parts of Africa like Southern Africa and Chelsea Chelsea are trying to do more scouting over there and look for the pearls that they can find. They will invest in these pearls and they will grow it, and then these players are going to be top players for themselves. And it's the team your friend is Chelsea. He started his career for Kairat Almaty Academy, or the capital of Kazakhstan. Of course, Chelsea are turn for 4 million plus add-ons. Record sale in Kazakhstan Premier League. We're joining Chelsea in 2026. Next year, 5-year deal, which also includes an option to extend a year. 2008 and on, of course, making him 17 years in August. When 5'7", of course. Current club at Chelsea, also in a position or a centre forward, left winger, can play on both wings, and that's why people are comparing him to Abrantef and Eden Hazard. With me, left foot, right foot, so left wing, right wing. With me, cutting, good dribbler, low centre of gravity, ball carrying, like all of those things that you need from a modern day attacker. High space receiver, tight space controller. So in a modern day attacker, and Abrantef FM, Dastan Statpaev, or also he has it over there. Or Kazakhstan for under 17 team, I don't know, your team captain. People say he's a top player. In that regard, I think that if you want to understand which kind of player you're part of, then it's about his strengths, and the versatility that he brings him. Because a tactical dynamism, any attacking dynamism with the versatility is very, very important in terms of what the players will do on and off the ball, what the players will do in the zones where they are supposed to receive the ball, in the places they are supposed to receive the ball, and how much they can influence games. Now, it's very, very important for players. Be it said, Abrantef FM, Dastan Statpaev, he can play on both wings and also centre forward, which makes him highly versatile and offensive player. 2024 season, Freedom OQG League under 18, he had 19 goals and 7 assists in 12 matches. Obviously, that is way below the level of the English Premier League, and you want him to do more. His weakness, the physicality over there, that he doesn't truly have physicality over there. In the Dastan is a mixture of dynamic winger and goal scoring instinct, which makes him most similar to Hazard during the days at Chelsea, and also Fati in his younger days. His game is characterized by dribbling, speed, sensitivity in the penalty area, which is combined with the development, can make him one of the best players over there. So Dastan Statpaev, one of the players that Chelsea perform for the Kazakhstan league, and that's the kind of player you can have an amazing prospect, but then it's going to take something else to see him get to the very top and then fulfill his potential. It's not enough to be a good player. It's not enough to be a top player. You need just more than that to be a top player in that regard. Across the world of football, there, most of the transfer conversations is in and around Chelsea, and in their quest for a goal scoring winger, a goal scoring winger that can get a job done in there, that can do some good stuff. That's exactly what Chelsea are looking at for making Chelsea be come up in that regard. That's exactly what Chelsea are trying to do over there for themselves now. So you mentioned how that goes in terms of Chelsea for in terms of the players that are coming in terms of the players that are possibly going to go out. So wait to see how all of that do pan out in terms of players na Chelsea for the air panel. But of course, let's go to other players, other clubs, and we'll talk about the conversation of the other things that cost in the transfer market, and also Chelsea match in this weekend, Manchester City airborne. Of course, and then story and also as a Joshua Kimmich, 29 years of old. The agents are in contact with Real Madrid, and also the contract and the Bayern Munich, and I'm very, very certain that the Bayern Munich players are not convinced of coach Vincent Kompany. I don't think that these guys are convinced about Vincent Kompany. I don't think that they believe in Vincent Kompany. Young manager are buying for the German money. Yes, on top of the German Bundesliga, but when it comes to the job that's being done outside of the German Bundesliga, like the Champions League near the end of the year. Of course, Vincent Kompany struggling, and most of the time, Alphonso Davies have not extended a contract. When you look at somebody like Jamal Musiala, when you look at Serge Gnabry, Leroy Sané, all of these guys on contracts now all hanging there. And if you don't take care, these guys may leave Bayern and then go elsewhere. And it looks as you say, and then say the agent of Abrantia, your friend of Joshua Kimmich, and Real Madrid for interaction heading come Madrid. Real is a club that would appeal to him most in the event of a transfer. Bayern are still in the first negotiation partner. Further talks will take place according to Bild over there, and that may go on and happen. Of course, according to the BBC today this morning, Argentine winger Garnacho, 20, after Napoli ended their pursuit of the player. And it's clear, you have to understand, that Napoli ended the pursuit of Abrante Alejandro Garnacho because of price. And Napoli for now have moved on to Dortmund for player Karim Adeyemi. Antonio Conte would have preferred Garnacho, but then looks as he said on the market, the opportunity is with Karim Adeyemi, and that's why Napoli for now have gone to Dortmund. And now, yesterday, after saying Napoli for no Sakio coach Nuri Sahin, but still there was an issue. So okay, maybe they wouldn't want to do that changes at that point in time when there is no coach. But it looks as you said, Dortmund will be willing to sell Abrante for the Karim Adeyemi and for him to go on and then play for team and friend SSC Napoli. Man City are interested in Italian fullback Andrea Cambiaso or Juventus, but Juventus won't be demanding almost 60 million. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, young Italian left back, very, very good in the channels, very good defensively, good on the ball, and also very physical and fit for the English Premier League. But what is going on? And said, whilst Man City knows that they want such a player, it's not going to be easy for them to get Abrante Cambiaso, Andrea Cambiaso over there. We wait to see over the Dortmund for have stepped back from the race to sign England forward Marcus Rashford because of wages. Marcus Rashford, Sikano. That's so too much, £350,000 a week. And if Manchester United are not going to take a part of that payment or the wage they are, then Dortmund may not be able to buy him. And I think that's one thing that's going to hold back Abrante friend Marcus Rashford in not getting a January move away from Manchester United. Arsenal, Ukraine for left back. That's got Alexander Usyk. So on sharing a bit more. Under Mikel Arteta assistance now is expected to move Borussia Dortmund, Wolfsburg, Mönchengladbach. All of these guys are clubs that may want Abrante, your friend Alexander Usyk, Alexander Zinchenko over there. Sorry, Usyk is a boxer. Alexander Zinchenko, very, very good player. Arsenal used him for the first phase of their project. You don't particularly need Alexander Zinchenko again, and that's exactly what they are doing. Dortmund also have an eye on Chelsea and England left back Benjamin Chilwell, also an alternative for Abrante, your friend Alexander Zinchenko over there. Chelsea have verbally agreed a loan deal for Portugal defender Renato Veiga, also to Juventus on loan, 4 million. And at Chelsea, in your Abrante friend Renato Veiga, of course, in terms of the players that come to get in Chelsea, and I reported to you some more targeted Hellas Verona for Moroccan midfielder Reda Bellieni. Over the 20 years of age, Italians are prepared to get a job done. When they sell Abrante Cesar Casadei, they would want to bring him in as cover for him, and that's a player that we want to see if Chelsea made a deal finally for Tima Yefreno FC Chelsea Football Club over there. There are games, there are a lot of games. No English Premier League anymore. At 5:30 p.m. there is the big one: Chelsea versus Manchester City. Manchester City, 5:30 p.m. Chelsea are going to play that big game against Manchester City, and it's going to be a huge one. I don't know how that game is going to pan out, but really, really interesting game over there for Chelsea Football Club. And then we'll bring you the in-depth tactical analysis of what to expect from Chelsea match. In that game, obviously in the morning also at Insurance, in terms of Chelsea match, what to expect from it. And of course, and you may post-match, there will be analysis of the game, any other games, because with the French League, Strasbourg, Lille, Paris Saint-Germain, Reims, Dortmund, Werder Bremen, Bayern, Beko away to Freiburg. These are all games that are going to go on over there in the Italian Serie A. I'm very sure there are going to be games. Como, Atalanta, huge one. Napoli, Juventus, Antonio Conte, and a big opportunity for him. Empoli, Bologna. These are all top games that are going to go on as it stands now for both teams. Wait to see how those games are going to pan out for both Chelsea and all the other teams that what you don't know. Until then, do take care.